So if I ended up putting footage in before this, then I'll just tell you right now I'm on Darkness 1, and this is my current Rune tree build, and we're gonna go in because I'm gonna try to do my best. Not too much has changed, unless it's actually not on Darkness 1, I'll be very sad. But either way, I do still need the currency, basically. I'm forgetting what it's called, but yeah, we should be on Darkness 1, and if we're not, again, I'll just use the money for what it is. But it's not like I'm consistent at surviving anyway, so I mean, here we are. We're gonna try to do it, and if we're on Darkness 0 for some reason, then we're gonna see how consistent I am. If we're not, then hopefully I can upgrade to 2, and future Jordan will figure out if I need to title the video differently. So I seem to have found my build for now. I don't want to really experiment too much unless someone tells me or I look up something and find more information. But the point is that I have a build that I can use that seems to work for now until the enemies just get so hard to kill or they're just become resistant to elements. I don't know all the darkness levels, so I'd have to either look it up or experience it myself. But until one of those things that I mentioned earlier happens, I'll pretty much be using the same build. So my shotgun Scarlet will probably be built for either the one-shot clip with Felicite. I need to look up how to say that perk's name, or just a really quick fire rate, hoping that I either get Scarlet Diamond's perk that increases my rate upon getting hit, or let me concentrate for a moment to get out, or I just happen to pick up a lot of fire rate, reload rate, and some movement perks so that I can eventually build into freeze, and therefore freeze and remove 1/4 of enemies' life every time they get frozen. Or that's the hope. But I do need some kind of big AoE, because sure, the end might look the same, you know, lightning elements going off or a lot of true damage being blown around with the grenade launcher, but the middle and to some extent the early game does differ, and obviously if you're using different characters, then that also changes things somewhat. So I would have taken lightning there, but I think I favored this more. This bullet being shot out from behind really does its own work once even in late game, because you want to at least push back any enemies that are behind you if your knockback is okay-ish. Even if it's not, again, once you use elements, even if it's a burn, or mainly we only have freeze and burn, but even with burn, it's an okay perk to take, is what I'm trying to say. That said, yeah, we'll start building into vitality. The sooner I get max HP, as long as I haven't run into this first boss coming up, then it's okay. Because if I get as long as I don't have regeneration now, only like either when after I beat the boss or after a little bit before, it would be what I assume is the optimal timing to get that perk. Reason being, if I get the perk that allows me to heal HP and be buffed, or lose HP and be buffed, then regeneration will work its magic because of, again, the HP. Ultimately, I'm trading time for HP, so whatever time I have remaining will be the amount of HP that I will be able to heal or lose comfortably, and therefore get permanent buffs. Specific to Diamond, obviously, because Diamond's perks are the ones that work that way. And then there's the other one where if I'm under half, then I get a buff as well, but not as useful for the build I'm planning to build into, assuming I don't die immediately. And if I do, I probably will just, I probably should have taken the anger one just to get to regeneration faster. Yeah, because the boss is here now, but lost my train of thought. Anyway, moving on, so I try not to get hit. But yeah, beating this boss or beating any boss that appears as quick as possible is pretty essential to whatever build you're making, because the power-up it drops for you or your character is pretty important. Let me see. So I would take Electromage, but Pyromage comes first because it synergizes with just damage in general, but my freeze build as well. but I do need to focus on getting being able to shoot faster. So, Strong Will, the one I didn't want, but I might as well take it. It's not going to harm me. There are moments where I might just drop a perk, but not really on what I have so far. But I can see some moments when I would not take a perk. Specifically, just off the top of my head, I mean, I'm sure you'll still be doing overall more DPS, but there's a perk where if you have exactly one summon, you get a big summon buff. But obviously, if you pick up, say, a chest upgrade, or your level up is nothing but summon upgrades, and the other perk you might not want, but if you have to be able to calculate whether or not you give up that exactly one summon perk, or you just take the perk that you didn't want, but figure out if it does more damage. Also, yes, I have Ethereal. That's what I have to remind myself that I have Ethereal. So every 50 enemies I kill, I can shoot unlimited ammo for X times 2 seconds, X being the perk level. Haste is okay, but I've now I think the subtitle or the title for this video will be something like "I was wrong" in all caps, because I used to take a lot of movement. And I said it, I didn't, it's not like I always preferred it. I think I did say that if there's a perk that just allows you to do more DPS over taking the mobility perk, then it's probably better. And in my case, yeah, it's better. Unless I plan to use Blazing Speed to, but on Diamond, probably not. On someone else, more likely. Fanfire is something I want, but Frost Mage is also important. Fanfire I will be taking later. That's also going to be important to my build, because I want to be able to cover all sides. Again, AoE right now, for me, in my current place, and what I've seen other people do, is pretty important. So the more... And then people just disregard bullet damage because they just let the elements do all the work, literally. Or summons, if you're using summons, but either way, bullet damage is not important for what I've seen and from what I've experienced so far. But at the same time, disclaimer, I don't doubt that you can run a true damage build or a more concentrated fire build. It's just that, again, at the end, you're just mowing down everything with what looks like nearly the same type of build. Yes, you may be shooting grenade launchers instead of freezing every enemy with a shotgun or SMG, but the end game of you just mowing everything down with lots of bullets doesn't change much. And that's kind of not fair to say, because on a lot of games of this genre, that's going to be the end result regardless, but hey, oh my goodness, I'm doubting myself. Let me focus for a moment. Let me try not to do it. Again, I don't want to be topped off. At the same time, I don't want to waste, quote-unquote, too many things. So, I used to just take Rage. I think I have Freeze, so I will take Rage, and we'll see how good this is for me. So here, a Fanfire would be great, so I can at least cover myself while I'm reloading. And since my reload time is moderately short right now, but it could be a lot shorter or almost non-existent. So we'll have to see. But yeah, being able to freeze enemies. If I couldn't freeze enemies, I might have taken the other elemental tome instead. But since I can, it does me well, because now I can kind of just spin to win without being Abby, but Abby does it the best for obvious reasons. If you didn't know, Abby, her ability makes her shoot randomly in any direction and expends all ammo, but she shoots very quickly. I might take Giant. Intense Burn is okay as well, but I'll take Giant because I haven't taken a step towards HP regeneration yet. So also, and I think I also have a chance to proc fire off shots. So this will do me well, but I could do a lot better. That said, I'm going to get Swarm, so I need to start focusing on picking up these upgrades. I'm a bit, I'm at an okay level. People have succeeded at this point in time with at level 15, but I'd like to be at least 1 or 2 more levels higher. I'm shooting a tree. Gosh dang it. So what do we have here? Watch and Learn, Quick Hands. This is Quick Hands, yeah, so I need to get Quick Hands into Fresh Clip, just in case I want to get one of the synergy perks. I've looked into some of the synergy perks, but for the most part, they're straightforward. Usually, you just end up taking whatever you see, with exceptions, and it does depend on your build. That's not... So, what I just said was kind of a lie, but Most of them, if you don't see any downsides, you're usually just taking them. Also, yes, I'm shooting these fireballs into nothing. Forgive me. I'm more focused on the 360 is gonna do me a lot better than the fireball, even though the fireball will kill at least the one enemy minimum. One enemy minimum right now? I think so. So armed and ready is probably what I'm gonna take. Nope, fanfire. Never mind. I lied. And if I have infinite ammo, then it doesn't matter if I have fanfire, because if I have infinite ammo, it's a bit better than fanfire. But we'll find out. So here, I think I can just kind of autopilot for a moment, except, well, the eyes that shoot, because you cannot stop these projectiles from flying. And if you can, I can't as Shotgun Diamond right now. So I do kind of have to stutter step, but for the most part, I'm free to do whatever I want. So spin to win, and if I get hit, so be it. But I would like to pick up a diamond perk. I won't be able to. There'll be a boss soon, but yeah, I don't want to lose any HP as of yet. So Electromage would do me some good, but I'll take a Fusile. Fusile, I was saying the perk wrong, but I need to look it up anyway. Because I cannot pronounce words that are outside of my vocabulary. And the video should start lagging at a moment, so I need to figure out what I need to... Well, I've already set the quality on low, which I've had to do for a lot of games, but... yeah, as you can see right now, if I had, I think, Shatter, something, the 1/4... If I could remove 1/4 of HP every time they froze, it would be great, but until then, I'm just holding everyone back by spinning my reticle 360 around my character. In as small circle as I can. I think I've mentioned it somewhere, but... or I mentioned it in a couple of places, but... yeah, so Frostbite, I'm probably going to take Frostbite, not really anything else. Dragon Egg, pretty much useless to me. And as time goes on, becomes a lot less efficient, because the perks that the Dragon Tree builds into requires you to have more time to make more use of it. That said, I could probably level up to 21 right now, but the enemies are not really dying, so I can only inch towards them, or towards experience, and hope that I can pick up anything that I can see. Because if I go too far, I risk getting hit and letting enemies through the encirclement that I've made. I can stagger step towards experience, certainly, but not too much. So we'll take regeneration. The boss should spawn in a moment here. Intense burn would also be nice, but let's make sure I'm topped off, and that way the next perk will be either healing for buffs or losing HP for buffs. Preferably I want losing HP for buffs, because that will fit more in tune to what I'm doing with my life right now, but hey. Also, I think I've seen some criticism as I kind of autopilot for a moment, but some criticism is that there's no diversity at the end of the game, and I've talked about... I've kind of mentioned this indirectly by saying... by when I mentioned early game and late game, but I can see what they mean, because it looks pretty much the same. But as I think my counter-argument was that, I mean, all games of this genre... you're gonna end up just cleaving everything with high damage, so overall, I mean, I don't know what else you expect, unless, I could think of some examples, but I should take Anger Point if I'm gonna be regenning right now anyway. Yeah, you know what? We'll do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that and purposely run in, get hit, and then spin to win, because in the next 15 seconds, pretty much nothing will touch me, except for an eye projectile, but... oh, so the boss isn't coming for a while, but let's see, yeah, because since I heal in 90 seconds, I can purposely get hit to force a burst of DPS, which Diamond is more comfortable doing because she has so much HP. Not that you can't do it with any other character, but it's more dangerous and it requires you to be more to not lose HP unnecessarily. And if nothing else, at minimum, I leave myself at 1 HP under. That way I can at least heal for something. And I'm using up, again, now that I have a buff when I get hit, it makes sense. So, I'm going to run in again. Even if the boss appears, I'm going to just purposely run to an enemy. I probably should have taken one of the fire perks on the left, but I kind of autopiloted. I won't lie. So, we're spinning to win for the next 10 seconds left. And if we have infinite ammo, we have infinite ammo. If I see an eye, I usually prioritize eyes because, again, you can't stop these projectiles. You can't freeze them in midair. So we're going to try to fire towards the eyes, especially now since we have the Shatter perk and we do a lot more damage. But yeah, so if I let them stay there as I start to focus this boss, I would have been swarmed by projectiles. That said, yeah, so I'm going to get hit there. But I want this boss to die as soon as possible as well, because I need the diamond perk that it drops. Whether it's healing or not, I need the perk, basically. I need this boss to drop its upgrade, so here's hoping. But I still will spin to win, because I need to spin to win to keep enemies away. The eyes are doing most of the damage I'm receiving to myself, so yeah. But to complete the thought I was on earlier, every time I heal, that's fine, I guess. So, but I will be getting hit on purpose here and there. But yeah, at the end of the game, at games of this genre, you're gonna be cleaving everything for like hundreds of damage per second. Unless, what I was gonna say is unless you make the end game different, but then that kind of invalidates a lot of the design. Usually, for Minutes Till Dawn, it can kind of get away with it, and the main game of this genre that's popular right now is kind of breaking away and making it somewhat interesting. It's not a power creep, but it's something more than, hey, I just shoot AoE 999 damage per second. So, again, Minutes Till Dawn has space to change its end game. Like, maybe we need to... I think something someone brought up, and I also thought of myself, was if we were forced to move somewhere. But another easy one would be to... Hold on for a second. Another easy one would be to add a lot fewer enemies. So say only 6 enemies per wave, but they're really tanky, which would help builds that are more focused on concentrated fire and less bullets, but more damage per bullet, as opposed to AoE damage like this. That said, it's kind of broken because we have... the balance is still kind of iffy because we have Shatter, which does 1/4 of all small mobs. So if those, say, 6 mobs are considered small mobs, then they will still die to this spin to win. But again, we'll see what the dev does. I'm not trying to push a suggestion. I'm just, at the bare minimum, thinking to myself of what I would do if I were designing games. That said... Soothing Warmth, I guess. That way I can heal more HP. I should also just purposely run into an enemy. That way I can spin to win even more. And to some people this might look funky, but hey, it's actually the most optimal thing. And yeah, I'm no longer using run and gun. I don't think I even have haste. Quick check. No, I don't have haste. So, no movement needed. Just stand my ground. That said, not saying that those perks aren't, like, now that I think less of them, because, I can definitely think of pacifist Hinas who definitely use the movement speed. And when you have the Hina perk for invincible dashes... Ah, shoot, I should have gotten hit on purpose. Well, let's get hit on purpose twice then. I'll wait until 540 to get hit again. But if I heal again, I mean... Because I don't know if I'm going to heal twice in quick succession, which is... probably the luckiest I'll ever be. Yeah, so I don't even have haste yet. Magic Lens, light weaponry, siege. I don't want to stand still. Well, I'm going to be standing still, actually, so... But I would rather take Frostfire right now. But, yeah, lost my train of thought. But Pacifist Hinas, or Hinas with invincible dashes, will definitely like the movement speed, just because of how her ability works, so... And I think I've gone over it in my first video, but... I had a theory as to how it worked. At least it was just to practice my game developer brain. But hey, not that I'd ever make an action shoot. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Bullet size is okay. I know my fire rate decreases, but my fire rate is what it is. So bigger bullets will allow me to. And if once I start piercing, I can freeze not just one row of enemies. That said, there's probably enough experience for me to hit level 30, which is, I think, bare minimum of where people will be at if you can complete a 20-minute run, but hey. So what do we have? Kill Clip is pretty good. Recharge, Reaper Round's okay as well for me. Take Aim is... I don't want to reduce my spread, so Holy Shield is neutral. I'll probably take Kill Clip, though, because of how fast I'll be able to reload. So, as you can see... Oh, right there! It's fine though. I never ended up getting hit. In fact, I've just regened HP. So that said, ow, ow! I don't want to get hit that much though, please. But this boss drops another. What's the perk? I should have looked for the vocab, but it drops another Uber perk, I guess is what I'll call it for now, and not a character perk. So once we defeat this boss, we'll see what we get. I'm probably looking for elemental, a tome of element, but I'll take anything really. So that I'll run in, shoot a little bit, speed, power, elements, and we'll take that and go in. I think there are 5 tomes, so there might be a chance for me to miss out, but again, I haven't remembered this all yet. So fresh clip. Even though it's a little bit, but it's at least most perks have a secondary smaller effect, so even if you don't like the main effect or it does nothing for your build, you can still benefit a little bit from the secondary effect that the effect shows. That said, let me properly spin to win here, because I'm not spinning to win properly. And hopefully, if this is Darkness 1, it looks like Darkness 1 based on how my game is lagging, but and that's because I'm recording with OBS, and this will be the last diamond prick, so actually I need to focus this boss down. Spin to win a little bit to keep things off of me, but I do want to focus this boss right here. Hopefully, if my video is interpolated, or the pixels get fuzzy, then so be it, but let's find out. So I gotta spin to win, make sure everything's off of me, but I do want to focus fire on this boss, so that I can, yeah, so definitely not working with the best setup. Hey, can you tell? So I don't want to get hit. I'm basically just going to run into these enemies a whole bunch and purposely get hit so that I can become a lawnmower, become shotgun. What shotgun? I keep saying shotgun Scarlet. Shotgun Diamond should have always been. And what do I want? Reaper rounds, I guess. I think Reaper rounds. Electromage would be good too. So that I can deal more damage with elements, but I'm gonna take Reaper rounds so I can penetrate everything. I think that's what I wanted to call it. It's called piercing in this game. Penetrate is a lot more syllables, but hey. And yeah, that's... Maybe I need to work with the settings. This is definitely looking laggy, but obviously my voice sounds a lot more smoother for its own reason. And now I could take mini clip, but I don't think I want to, so I'll build into Electromage instead. If I really want to avoid perks, I would not approach any of these enemies, basically, which could be a strategic thing to do. But let me just run into an enemy so I can both level up and get more permabuffs. And then I'll take Energized. Holy Shield, it'll just fall off because I'm purposely getting hit right now. Once I'm happy with my fire rate, which I can be happy right now. I think I can just sit here. If this was like Darkness 7 or something, I probably would need a bit more, but we're doing okay. Maybe if I pick up some of these experience orbs, it'll help make the game lag less, but I'm pretty sure it's the enemies on screen that's doing it, along with the bullets and the game calculating damage dozens of times on top of the visuals. I wonder how much space this is going to take. I hope I don't run out of space, because I have not optimized my setup yet. But yeah, so I'll figure it out. And if not, well, I'll figure it out. Otherwise, I really want to be able to record this game. I could record Sampire Revivers as well, but let's see here. What else do we have? Recharge, I guess. Since because I haven't taken mini clip yet, I'll take anything that allows me to reload. But even then, I mean, the extra ammo isn't gonna harm me. Oh my goodness. If I wasn't recording, I'd probably be a lot better, but I am recording, so you watching the video is seeing how much the game is lagging. Death rounds, I mean, I have the max HP to spare, and nothing else is really Electro Bug, but I'll take death rounds. And I'm gonna run into the enemy because that was a waste of HP. So I'm just gonna get hit a little bit here and then just proceed to spam. And we'll hope that everything turns out well, because Scarlet is now dancing with the shotgun, slowly moving pixel by pixel, and I'm recovering HP like the dickens. So watch and learn, and let me run into enemies a little bit here. Just get hit a little bit, and then And then just to become a flamethrower diamond, even though I'm not actually using a flamethrower at all, or the flamethrower. Mini clip, excitement. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll do that. So, I think I'll just, well, I can't stand here because eyes are shooting at me, unfortunately. So the main downside to this is that since eyes can snipe me outside my shotgun's range, there are no range perks as of yet. And if there are, well, there's not enough for me to hit these eyes that are kind of bugging me. But, I mean, I have the HP to tank these hits, so... And I likely have the regeneration to deal with it, even though if I get really unlucky, then I won't regenerate. But, I mean, look at what is happening on screen right now for the next 1 minute and 30 seconds. That said, I'm going to run to the group again, because, yeah, I just healed. Let me run in again, level up, Electro Mastery. Just let me get hit. Well, I mean, let's just play it safe. I need to... Progression is more important. Prog for short. But prog is more important, so let's make sure we at least don't die. And if I get topped off, then I'll run into an enemy. Just to... I can't even see if I'm reloading because of how much frame skipping there's going on due to the lag. That's how fast my reload speed has become. And I'm pretty sure that's because reload rate is... Oh, the enemies became bigger, so it's lagging less. But I'm pretty sure that's because, I want to say, I'm going to take a guess and say reload rate increase, or decreases, or whatever you want to say. Faster reload rates are additive rather than multiplicative. If they're multiplicative, then, I mean, it still matter, but obviously you get diminishing returns. So, but since I think they look to be near additive, or close enough to look that way, then I have a near 0.01 second reload rate, which means I pretty much have infinite ammo. If I had mini clip, I would have infinite ammo effectively anyway. So again, last minute, this is what your game will look like. Mine is a bit more cluttered because of the range of my shotgun diamond, but I mean, I'm essentially throwing around a flamethrower that freezes and pretty much kills on hit. I'll take Siege, and then I can maybe get Stand Your Ground, because if I pick up these experience orbs... Actually, level increases the amount of runes I get, so let me focus on running around getting experience. I'll even do haste. I might even just purposely... I'm just gonna purposely run, and then shoot when I need to make space, but otherwise run so I can pick up as much experience as possible. Hopefully don't die. That would be really bad. But, yeah, now I can't die, so I'm just gonna keep running. And stand your ground, but, yeah, my move speed is bleh. But I'm gonna pick up any experience I can, and, yeah, that's the end. So, is this being what it is? I've seen someone at level 50, but I don't know what darkness they were at. I'd have to remember. But I have 18,000. One last note, the rune tree right now, you can't refund anything. I feel confident in saying that soon we'll be able to unequip or refund things, but until then, be careful, because a lot of people don't like... I mean, I don't really mind for now, but a lot of people have had trouble with some of these perks. I know Seismic Mord was one of them. Other ones can mess with your build, so you purposely equip something else. It's a whole thing. But thank you for watching, then. I should be on Darkness 2. Let me check. Or Darkness 3. Really? Anywho, moving on. I must have passed away. We're on Darkness 3. I don't know what Darkness I'm on. I'll find out, future Jordan. Anyway, thank you for watching. I won't take more of your time. I hope you'll continue to watching. If you want to help me long-term, subscribe. Otherwise, I'm out. Thank you for watching one more time.